Welcome to the Ukeleles. And yes, we know we spelled it wrong. We're your hosts, Mary, Anne-Marie, and Ashley. Today's episode is Things I Didn't Know About, Motherhood Edition. But first,
Cups of Chaos.
oh man, what do you guys have going on this week?
I took Nolan to a concert by myself.
Oh.
It was fun. We had a little mother-son date night on Thursday.
It's always so good to bond.
No,
Oh.
I got him Bojangles at the concert. They had Bojangles.
Probably cost you $100.
I think it was like $8 for like four attendees.
Dang. Holy cow.
And then of course he's a growing boy at 13, and
yeah, he didn't eat just 4, did he?
5'11". He was like, "Mom, I'm hungry."
Yeah.
They're always hungry.
Thankfully for me, he fell asleep on the way home, and I didn't have to get food. But we had a great time. It was put on by a local country radio station, and it was all like 5 different performers, and they did an all acoustic show.
Oh, wow.
So they took turns talking about their songs and like what made them write them and the stories behind them, and then sang them fully acoustic.
Did Nolan enjoy himself?
Nolan had a great time. He was worried because one of the performers was Gavin Adcock, and he is a country singer who on TikTok is known for like rowdy beer throwing, like taking his shirt off country music.
Who knew the country could be like that?
Right? And
Morgan Wallen throws chairs.
he off of balconies, but
Right.
nonetheless, he was like, "Mom, this concert's gonna be great." And I was like, "Listen, honey, it's in a place where they perform ballets.
Right. It's a classy
Like,
place.
The orchestra plays like it's an all acoustic show. Like it's not going to be like that." And he was like, "No, it's he's still going to do that."
He was hoping he would do that.
Yeah.
The man did throw a beer across the stage to another performer, so Nolan got his wish.
Like,
Wow.
Here, catch type
yeah, it was
throw?
like here, and then the kid opened it and it exploded all over.
Well, yeah, it's
over the
carbonated.
stage.
Like, hello.
That wasn't well thought out.
No.
But like the three major artists were Vincent Mason, Gavin Adcock, and Lee Bryce.
Mm-hmm.
And it was awesome.
I know
it really
who
was
none
good.
of those people are.
Me, I've never heard a single one.
If you
No.
listen to country radio at all, you know who Lee Bryce is. He's one of the older ones. You might not know his name, but you'd know the songs.
So that's the only name that sounds vaguely familiar, but I could not.
The other two are newer. Like Nolan found them on TikTok.
I'm like stuck in the 90s, so I'm like listening to 90s on 9.
I usually listen to whatever my husband plays.
Not to get sappy, but like Lee Bryce, "I Drive Your Truck," about his brother that passed away in the Army.
Oh, yeah.
You would know the song if you know, that's who that is. But we had a really good time. I was scared to drive out of the city by myself because it was in the city, but it took me down the back roads. My GPS loved me, and it was
nice.
fantastic. We got out of there so easy. I've never left a concert so easily before.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Glad you guys had a good time.
Cool.
We did.
Anne-Marie, what do you got going on?
Well, I went to my dad's wedding in Florida.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was fun. I got to meet I guess I have now stepbrothers.
Yeah.
That are older than me. I always wanted older brothers because, like,
You have big brothers.
I have big brothers. I have 2 younger brothers, like, that are 11 years and 14 years younger than me. And now I have brothers that are closer to my age, and they're older. So, you know, they'll be big and protective.
Yeah. Tell Carson to watch his P's and Q's. You'll see your big brothers on him.
Yeah, but no, it was really a nice wedding. Small, right? Because it was my dad's 3rd wedding, and I want to say Maddie's 2nd. But love Maddie to death, and her family was just super fantastic. They were all about the mi familia.
I loved all the photos that you sent.
They were beautiful.
Yeah, they did a really nice job setting up just this little place. It was just really nice. And then let's see.
Can you tell us about your speech?
I was just gonna say I had to give a speech. I didn't have to, but it was funny because my dad's so Maddie's son, one of them married them, Vincent. He was the officiant of the wedding. Mm-hmm. And then he gave a speech later on. I believe it was later on, not before that. And then her other son, Carlos, gave a speech as well. And some of her family like gave speeches, like just like cousins, sisters, and my dad's, and you know, my dad had, you know, it was 5 of us there. My cousin Mary, my Aunt Nora, Aunt Teresa, and me and my brother Anthony. And my dad like looked at Anthony. He's like, "Come on, say something."
Putting him on the spot.
Anthony's like, "What am I gonna say? I didn't prepare for this. Yo, you can't put me on the spot." I was like, "Well, Daddy, do you really want someone to talk on your side?" "Yeah, someone from my side of the family should talk." I was like, "All right, I'll give me a minute." So I had like 2 peppermint espresso martinis.
And that's where it all went wrong.
That liquid courage right there.
And I was like, "Oh, ding, 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 ding." You know, you bang on the cup and you're like, ding, 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 ding. And I was like, "All right, well, I'm Anne Marie and I'm my dad's daughter." And then I was like, "I'll never forget the first time I met Maddie."
Today.
No. The first time I met Maddie, she was measuring my boobs for a bra.
You got to know her really fast.
I got to know her really fast.
Oh, geez.
What made that like more funny was my aunts turned around and they're like, "Me too." And I was like, "Fantastic." And to preface that, just for the viewers, they owned a lingerie shop in New York. So that's what she did for a living, was she would fit people for bras and custom, like find a custom size for them, tack the bra. I'm actually wearing the one bra today.
Oh, nice. Shout out to Maddie.
Shout out to Maddie. But they would tack it and it was really nice. But you know, my favorite part was the wedding was actually beautiful. And dinner was delicious. Like I had a filet mignon that was like melt in your mouth.
Oh,
delicious. But my favorite part was we went back to my new bro's house, Vincent, and his wife, Adrian. And she's fantastic. And they have 3 children that are gorgeous and fantastic. And they're just very friendly people. But they are 100% on my level. We did karaoke all night. That's awesome. All night.
Emery was like, "Yes, my new brother is awesome."
I know. I was like, my brother is awesome. But it was so much fun. We had a lot of fun. And like all of them are pretty good singers. And their one daughter, she sang something in French.
Oh, wow.
what?
And was amazing.
You know, just when you think you're like cool, somebody like that shows up. And
Yeah.
shows.
I was like, I took voice lessons. And,
I
this
sing in
is
the car.
And this is
Right.
right. I've always sound great in the car.
Carpool karaoke.
Yeah.
Which I do love to sing, but it was like taken to a whole new level on that.
That's
I had a
amazing.
really good time. And then we went back the next couple of days and we played a new game actually that I like. Is called Hitsters. Have you ever heard of it?
No?
It is like a barcode. You use your phone and it plays music, and it could be like bop da ba doo up doo.
Whoa. You will either sing mbop like it is supposed to be sung, or you do not sing it.
Wow.
I did sing it like that.
No.
Hanson fan right there.
Excuse me. How do you know? Where's the love? It's not enough.
We need to bring up the words to mbop.
Mbop. Shadap ba doo up.
Doobie dop bop doo hop. Mary, go ahead.
I am often wrong when it comes to things that
Not
Anne Marie
this
and I talk about, but not on this one.
Well, what are the words? Sing it.
I am
I need
not
to know.
going to sing it.
I need to know now.
I am not going to sing
Do it.
Bop, ba-doop-a-dop, ba-doo, bop.
How is that different than what I said?
You shooby dude.
I did.
She sure did, Shooby-Doo.
Ba-ba-doo up, do it on my knee.
When you sang it the first time, you
She's still
shooby-
wrong.
You shooby dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, now we know what we're doing on the way to lunch. We're listening to Bop.
Well, so listen. Anyhow, there was a story behind that, and I don't even know what happened.
The game you were playing. The game.
Thank you. Hitsters. Hitsters. So you scan it, right? It plays a song. I mean, words and all, but you have to figure out what year was that.
Oh, my husband would be so good at that
I
game.
immediately thought of Dwight, and then I was like, this is an amazing game. We should all play this, and I want to buy it for Thanksgiving.
Do you know who would not be good at that game?
Me?
This lady right here.
Well, yeah, but so here's how it goes. Like, you pick a card, and it's a year. So, like, say 1975. Okay? And say Bop was the song that you scanned on your other card that you picked. Okay? Is it before or after 1975?
Oh, I got you.
Oh, okay. So you don't have to like just come up with a random year because that would not go well.
Yeah,
So
I would never know.
You have to make 10. You have to get all 10. Right. So, okay. So Bop was obviously after 1975.
Yeah.
Right.
So you would put it after, turn the card over. It would tell you the year that it was made. Okay. And then since I'm using like, it was like what, 1990 something. 99 maybe, we'll say,
yeah,
8 or
somewhere
9,
in there,
right? So we'll say 99 just for fun, and then you have 1975. So your next card that you pick, you know, they go, I go, they go, I go, and you have a team like 4 people, 3 people, 3 people, don't matter. But then you pick a card, and then it is Vogue by Madonna.
Oh, okay.
Is it between 1975 and 1999, or is it before 1975, or is it after 1999?
So you're essentially building a timeline of music.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it was pretty fun. I really liked it. I was very competitive. I was like, that's a lie.
Not you. You're never
I
competitive.
don't know what they're doing.
Never.
That's why we argue
Did you
about who's
scare
right
your
and
new
wrong.
family?
Did I scare them?
Yeah.
No,
With
they
your
were like,
competitiveness?
you're so much like us. It's weird.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
great.
No, but it was really fun, and the family was super great. And they actually also like had a couple like foreign exchange students that I got to meet there also, and one was from Poland, and he made us homemade pierogies.
Ooh,
Oh,
I love
that
pierogies.
is so awesome.
And it was delicious.
I bet.
So delicious.
Wow.
Yep, I really enjoyed it. It was a good time.
Talk to Greg about getting a Polish exchange student because I too would love some pierogies.
I mean,
Yours wouldn't cook. You'd get one and you'd be like, you're useless.
Yeah, what are you here for?
yeah, but it was really a good time. I enjoyed the whole family.
It's
And
amazing.
Now I have a vacation destination.
Yes, because the destination was gorgeous.
It was. The water was so blue.
And when the weekend was over, I was like, all right, Amory, you come home now.
Oh, the
Yeah.
other thing I want to tell you.
Oh, boy.
So you guys would appreciate this, but I shared a room with my brother Anthony, right? So Anthony owns his own business. He does heating and hair.
Anthony's heating and hair.
So he does.
It actually makes sense.
He does heating and air. So if you're ever in New York and you need some heating and air, look him up. Anyway, he was like, he's like, yo, I snore. I was like, it's all right. I live with Carson and I just did a podcast on this, right? Like, why does he breathe so loud? So the first night we slept in the room, he was like a rhythmic snorer. Like it actually sounded like water was like dribbling.
Oh my God.
I was like, this is great. I could sleep to this the whole
White
time.
noise.
Yeah. Not the next couple of nights. The next couple of nights, I was like, bro.
Is it because there was alcohol consumed that always makes snoring so much worse?
I don't know. Maybe, but it was like, no, because the first night he had the drinks and I drove.
Oh, okay.
And then the second night I had the drinks and he drove.
Dang.
And then the third night,
Everybody drank.
Everybody drank.
We all had the drink.
we all had the drinks. But no, it was really loud. But then he's like, me, I don't snore. He goes, you're a walking onomatopoeia.
Wow.
And I was like, I don't even know what that means.
Did he explain it to you?
He said I make noises randomly.
Oh. I haven't heard that.
An
in
onomatopoeia?
your sleep?
No, just talking.
Well, yeah, we all do that. But
Right.
I
They
thought
know,
you were
like,
talking about your
I
sleep.
don't talk in my sleep.
No,
No,
she's
no, no.
saying in general.
In
though.
general, I'm an onomatopoeia. He's like, you walk out of the bathroom, just be like,
Like in just in general in life.
yeah,
in life, yeah.
Yeah, you sure do.
I
And
do
I was
that
like,
too.
oh, my friends would appreciate that, but I don't know what that means.
You're not wrong, but I don't understand.
Her new nickname's Onomatopoeia.
Onomatopoeia.
That is so so many letters.
Well, you don't have to spell it out. You just have to say it, Ashley.
Supercalifragilistic.
It's not like TikTok.
Tick, tick.
Well, that's gonna. Well, no, wait. Do you want to conclude Cups of Chaos, or do you have any chaos?
No,
Mary?
I'm good this week.
Are you
I'm
sure?
good. Yes, everything is wonderful in my life.
All right. Well, that's concluding Cups of Chaos.
Yes, let's move into things I didn't know. Motherhood edition.
We had so much chaos, I almost forgot what we were talking about today.
forgot we were actually doing a podcast.
Yeah. I was just thinking,
I was like talking.
Well, I haven't seen you guys since I got back, so I was just like,
I know.
That's why you're not allowed to go to town anymore.
Yeah.
Especially for that long.
I told Carson I wanted to move.
No.
And he said he told you.
Yes.
And he
I
said
laughed.
you immediately shut it down.
Yeah, because my husband would never go.
And?
I know. me and you, Anne-Marie. Looks like we're moving.
I love you,
mine
Greg.
Wouldn't go. Mine wouldn't
Carson
go.
was like, all right, let's do it.
Well,
Anybody go?
he's a Gators fan, so there's
So
a
he would
chance.
go.
Yeah.
There's a chance.
We were in Florida, so.
Y'all, today's topic is something I think can be really touchy for people.
Yeah.
It can be controversial because motherhood is something else.
It is.
I think that we all experience it in different ways. What's an unpopular mom opinion that you would die on the hill for? It could be anything. Like mine is all kids are different. They all need different things. So when you have more than one kid, it's like they see it differently. Like, oh, you treated so-and-so different or whatever. But when they become adults and they have kids themselves, they realize every kid needs something different. They require a different part of their parent.
Yeah.
And you are in different stages in your life also.
Yes.
When you have kids compared to like other parts, and even like if you have multiple kids.
Yeah.
When I had my son, I was 20 and so stupid.
Yeah.
It's very different from when I had Abby.
Yeah.
And I was 26. My mindset was different, and they've needed different things from me. So that's mine. One of mine. I have many opinions on motherhood.
I agree with that opinion personally.
Yeah, I think I also agree with that opinion because I feel, well, I only have one child though. So, but I do understand that. But even as far as like raising him, you know, it is like even that changes.
Well,
Yeah,
your
over
parenting
time.
style over time changes.
100%.
You realize things
Yeah.
that you did
Because they
that
don't
you
come
wouldn't-
with a book.
No, there is no instruction
No.
manual.
God,
There's
I wish
not.
there was. It would make life so much easier.
I remember when I brought
But would
Nolan.
it? Because every child is different.
I think
if
that
they
a
came with
generalized.
no, if they came with their own specific manual, like this is Abby's parenting manual.
This is how she will be raised best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
And
Yeah.
motherhood's so much trial and error.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
1,000%.
One of the funny things that I remember when I had Nolan, we came home from the hospital and we walked into the house and I was like, what do we do now?
I got a whole human.
It's just me, Dwight, and Nolan. And I'm like, am I supposed to do something?
Change his diaper.
I called my mom and I was like,
Now what?
what do I do? She's like, what do you mean? I was like, we're home. She's like, okay, I'm on my way with your medicine or whatever. I was like, okay. And she's like, what are you talking about? What do you do? I was like,
Do I just look at him?
he's sleeping.
What do
Like,
I-
what do I
What do I
do with myself?
Well, I like when they always say, you sleep.
That's
They
not a
sleep,
thing.
you sleep.
Not a chance.
No. Not a thing. You know, I had the same thing when I brought Jacob home from the hospital. I remember turning around in the car and being like, oh my God, this is a whole person that I'm in charge of now.
Yeah.
And then when I got him, the first place I took him, because, you know, I was young. I lived on and off with family. I was such an idiot. So I took him to my sister's mom's house. Thank God for my sisters. And I had to change his diaper. And when I go to change his diaper, and he's like actively pooping.
Oh.
And I'm like freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, he's like pooping as I'm changing, and I'm losing my shit. And my sister's like, it's okay, you know, just, you know, do this, that, whatever, you know,
Just let him
take
finish,
care
it's
of it.
fine.
It's okay. And I'm like, okay. And I made mistakes with him that I did not make with Abby
From experience.
from experience.
Yes.
Like I let Jacob and now it's so controversial, and I've done it both ways. But let him sleep in bed with me until he went to kindergarten.
Yeah.
Now with Abby, because I had to basically pry Jacob out of my bed with Abby, I didn't do that. I was like, Aunt, get your own bed.
You did that?
Yeah.
By your...
Yes. Now, when I met Greg,
I'm like, did you?
I feel like I've heard this story differently.
No. When I met Greg, it was just the going to, because you know,
going to bed.
Yeah, because I always worked late night jobs for the most part. So Abby was just kind of like, whenever we go to bed.
Right.
Yeah.
When I met Greg, and there was a bedtime, he had to nanny 911 her, which was just pick her up, put her back in bed, pick her up, put her back in bed. And I had to totally dissiociate from that because
I'm going to need Greg to come nanny 911 Riley, because I can't do it. I don't have the heart.
2 days. I would give him 2 days. Your kid would be like, Mom, I'm going to bed.
I don't have the heart. I looked at him the other day and I said, Riley, you're going to start sleeping in your own bed. And he was like, but I don't want to sleep alone. And I was like, okay, just stay with me.
No. So I will tell you that is one thing that so number one, I didn't co-sleep.
Yeah.
Because, nursing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Like that
scared you.
Saw too many things, but I wasn't a nurse at the time, but learned too many things at the time. Right. So definitely didn't co-sleep just because of that. He slept in the same room as us in a bassinet, but didn't co-sleep. Then when he was older, where he was in his toddler bed, he would, wake up and walk to my room and try to get in my bed, and I would take his hand and I would put him right back to bed and say, good night.
See, nanny 911.
Yeah, but see, here's why. I don't like to be touched.
Yeah.
Oh.
At bedtime. Don't touch me. Don't look at me. Don't talk to me. Don't do anything.
Love the
Leave me alone. I love snuggles too, on the couch.
No.
During the day.
Or in the evening
when you're watching TV.
Yeah. I am probably more to blame for Riley not being in his own bed than he is, to be honest.
Well, yeah, because
I like him there.
Yeah.
But he's also your last baby.
He is.
Yeah,
but he also had a lot of issues. That's why he ended up in my bed. Like, we didn't co-sleep with Nolan until he was older and like walking into my bed, and then I would let him in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
no, the only time
with
Hudson
Riley
was allowed to sleep with me, is when he was sick. Yep.
Yeah.
Riley spent the first 4 years of his life like throwing up every night in his sleep from gagging on his own saliva. So it was terrifying.
Yeah.
Speaking of throw up.
Oh no.
You know when you're a mom,
you will catch that shit in your hand.
You catch it in your hands.
You do.
I'll tell you a story about Jacob. One time when he was like 7, I lived in this restaurant. Let me start that again. I lived in this apartment above my sister's restaurant.
I didn't even catch that you said it wrong.
I lived in this restaurant.
I was like, okay.
That's where my weight problems began. And we were pulling in. It was a parking lot. And we pulled into the parking lot. And Jacob looks right at me and he goes, Mom, I don't feel good. I was driving a Lumina at the time. And then he proceeds to like projectile vomit all over the inside of the car. And I tried to catch it, but there was so much of it. I was like, yeah, no. How do we get to that place as a mom? It just becomes so natural.
It just happens. I don't think you're like, I know that when I'm a mom, I'm gonna
catch all the vomit.
It happens, and you're like,
yeah, they definitely don't prepare you for that.
No.
Like, you're as a mom, like, it's you. I don't feel like the dads do it, and I could be completely wrong, but I will tell you a story. Like, specifically, Carson went somewhere to get me flowers with Hudson one day. And he was on his way back, and I think we were in the process of like potty training, and Hudson was saying, I gotta poop.
Oh,
I gotta poop. Well, that's what at least Carson thought he was saying. He was not saying poop. He was saying, I gonna puke.
Oh no,
I'm gonna puke. And he's like, we literally turned on our street, and he just was like blah, 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 all over him.
And it's the worst in the car seat. It's the worst.
Like, just throw the whole car seat out and start over.
Carson did not unbuckle him. He carried him.
Did you spray him down in the driveway with the hose? Damn.
He legitimately carried the whole entire car seat into the house and set him in the kitchen on the tile floor and was like, he puked. And I was like, oh, okay. So like, you strip him down in there, and I was like, let's go take a bath. And he's like, I pooped. I was like,
yeah, you did.
I said, yes, you did. And Carson had to like power wash the whole car seat. He didn't get any in my car. Luckily.
It's something else. If you had to summarize like what kind of parent you are, like I would say I'm more lenient authoritarian than I am like a permissive parent or a gentle parent.
Right. I'm definitely not gentle. I'm definitely not a gentle parent.
No.
What are you?
I think I'm a good mix. Like I'm really hard on them, but I also, depending on the things, can let them get away with things. Like my kid Nolan used to be afraid to come home from school with a letter. They'd get like a letter if they did something wrong at his
like
elementary
not a physical
school.
letter, like on their
like
report.
they had a report card for every day that you had to sign.
Yeah.
And if he got a letter, he got grounded from like no iPad, no whatever that night.
Yeah.
So he would literally, if he got a letter, get in the car crying to my mom. And my mom would be like, but it was for something really silly. And I was like, no, if he's getting in trouble at school, then he's in trouble at home. I'm not doing that. And then I started reading some of the reports, and I was like, so as the year went on, that got a little more lenient,
Yeah, because some of it is really stupid.
Some of it really is. Some of the
he
things.
dropped his pencil, picked it up, and disrupted the class.
Right.
Yeah. Get a break.
I mean,
Or he was talking in class. He's like, I asked a question about the homework. Really?
I don't really know what type of parent I am.
No.
I don't, because like in my head, I'm authoritative, but at the same time, I feel like Carson would probably disagree with that. But I do feel like I like punish more than Carson.
So I have to say, like, I agree. My husband would disagree with the type of parent that I am because how many times like I've talked about parenting and he will give me the hardest side eye. He'd be like,
yeah,
you might want to take your own advice. And I'm like, be so for real, man. I do that. And he's like, no, you don't. Okay. I'm like, all right. I guess I don't.
Yeah. That's a hard question because I think it depends on the situation too, right?
Yes, I think
yes.
Especially the age.
The longer you are a parent, for me, this is my experience. The longer I have been a parent, the more bullshit I don't care about, right?
Yeah.
Like when my kids were younger, I was very strict with them. People used to say like, you shouldn't be so strict. You're so strict with your kids. I mean, I have well-behaved kids though.
Yeah, you do.
Yes.
But like the older, especially with my last one, because I will admit this all day long, she's the baby of the family. She's a girl.
Yeah.
She is the miniature version of me, and I give her far more leeway than I did, Jenna or Jacob.
Yeah.
And with Jenna, me being stepmom, that's another different dynamic.
Yes.
I love her like she is my own, but the discipline didn't really fall on me.
Right.
So I got all the good parts. With Jacob, I shared custody with him. Abby, I have all of the time.
Yeah.
And she's my baby. So yes, I give her more leeway. I'm more of a permissive parent,
She's the baby.
So I think that I did the opposite with my two.
Yeah?
I think that I let Nolan get away with a lot when he was little. And now as a teenager, and I'm not saying that he's not a good kid, but as a teenager, we're learning hard lessons that like money doesn't grow on trees and you can't just have everything that you ask for. And I'm a lot more strict on those little things that I would give in to Nolan for when he was little because I didn't want to deal with the temper tantrum.
Right.
I'm a lot more strict on Riley about those things because I don't want to have teenage years like we're having. And I'm not saying that Nolan is a bad kid. He's great. He is sweet. He cares about everybody. Says exactly what he's thinking all the time, which is something that we have to work on.
Yeah.
Reading the room. But, he's a 13-year-old boy. But I do think that I have looked back on how lenient I was with Nolan and will not do those things with Riley. Granted, I had a very large age gap to learn those things, right?
Right.
Nolan was a lot further into like I was a lot further into parenting than most parents are when they have a second kid. So I had already been like, God, he thinks that he should get a toy every time we go into the store, and he thinks that if he asks for something, he should just get it. And we created that.
Yeah.
He didn't create that. He asked. We didn't have to say yes.
Yeah.
We created that to not cause a temper tantrum in the store over a Hot Wheels car that he wanted. Obviously now he's older, and that's grown into much more expensive things that he thinks that he wants out of the store. So I don't do that with Riley.
Yeah.
You have to earn things. Riley's in preschool right now, so you have 5 good days at school. We'll go pick out a small toy. And the only reason we're doing that is because he was having issues.
Sure.
He was having learning to socialize and not be the only kid in the room, his age issues. And we set it in a reward system. But I think I'm a lot more strict with Riley than I was with Nolan.
You learn so much parenting, you know. I started from scratch being a mom because with my mother dying when I was so young, I had nothing to base it on. So just what I like observed in my siblings because they're so much older than me.
Yeah.
But it was like, I have no idea what my purpose is here. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember, like I remember my mom parenting, but she was also I'm going to say single mom, right?
Yeah.
But I don't remember enough to say that, like, did it help me when I had Hudson? I have no idea.
Now I know I took things from my childhood that I was like, I'm never doing that. Did you do that?
I don't know. I really don't. I don't remember enough to say, yes, I did take that, or no, I did not.
Yeah.
Yeah. The one thing I will say that I do miss from my childhood that I don't feel like I do now was like my mom always had friends over, right? And we would like every weekend and the kids would get together, and that's who you hung out with, that were your friends. Like I don't feel like we do that nowadays. Like when you live close to me, we were at each other's houses all the time. Yeah.
Or even not even necessarily at the house, but like outside hanging out.
But that also didn't start until later.
Right.
That was
4.
like,
They were 4.
So, and then like also I was always at if my dad had me, I was at my cousins with my cousins. Like I was always around a child. Growing up, where Hudson was growing up, he was not always around a child.
Yep.
Yeah. You know, I didn't know that motherhood would come with so many tears.
Yes.
That you feel everything your kids feel.
Yep.
Yeah.
Happy tears, sad tears, all of the tears.
Pissed off tears.
Yep.
Do you guys remember when they did the demo competition? They came in second place, and Abby was crying. And everyone's like, "Are you okay?" She's like, "I'm just so happy."
Yeah. Was that the Green Day one?
No. It was the very first one that we did.
The very first one.
Oh, Hudson wasn't in that one.
And I was like, sad because she's crying, but she's crying because she's happy.
Yep.
And anytime one of the kids is feeling something, I'm like, oh my God, it's like right in the feels. You know what I mean? And that part of motherhood is so hard because you're not just feeling your own emotions, you're feeling theirs.
Yep.
And I think that affects your relationship sometimes.
Yep.
And I think it affects how you respond to your children.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I struggled with is how to let Hudson fight his own battles.
Yes.
Yeah. Like currently I'm struggling in that area. Like when another kid, or if he says something to me about a kid being rude or whatever else not, and I'm like, tell that kid to fuck off. Yeah.
Right?
You know, like immediately that's my reaction. I'm like, do you need me to go up there? Cause I'll do it.
Yeah.
And
I understand.
And he's like, no, Mom, chill out. You know, like I have a hard time with that part because I feel like as parents, when we're younger with them, you are fighting their battles for them,
right?
Because
you have
they
to
don't
advocate.
know to better. But at the same time, we're also teaching them at that point in time to fight your battles.
Yes.
Right.
And to pick the battles to fight.
And they're old enough now that you have to let it kind of go. Not that you can't guide, right? You can give advice and guide them, but they have to make the choices.
I'm terrible
that's so
at being
hard.
the guide.
Yeah. Here's how you want to see how I guide Hudson?
Mm-hmm.
Be the bigger person.
That is not me.
That is the only.
I
that
always
is not
say
me
that.
either. But that's why I say that, because I don't want him to turn into me and be like, "Do you have a fucking problem?"
That's where I'm at. Like I'll give Abby advice on how to handle something, and I'll tell Greg, I was like, "Oh, so this kid is like bothering Abby or whatever," and I told her to tell this bitch to shut the fuck up, and Greg will go, "Mary, you can't do that.
Why not?
So my kid makes those decisions on his own. Like we were at the concert Thursday night, and the people behind us, it's an all acoustic set, like they're talking, telling stories, and the people behind us were acting like they were sitting at a dinner table and just chit-chatting loud as fuck because they were all drunk.
Oh yeah.
And Nolan was like,
I've witnessed Mary turn around to people and yell at them.
Nolan turned around and I said, "Turn your ass back around right now." He was like, "I really need them to shut the fuck up." And I was like, "I really need you to not cuss." And he's like, "Mom," I said, "I understand, but they're drunk." Like, they are drunk, and
you're 13.
And I don't care if you look like you're 18. Like, I don't care. They're gonna think that you're a grown ass man because they're hammered.
For about 2 seconds till he curls into the fetal position when they try to whoop him.
And he's like, "No, it doesn't matter. We paid for these tickets. I'm trying to enjoy the show."
What is he, 40?
That's what I said. I said, "I need you to calm down and turn around. Just sing the damn song." And he was like, "I can't hear the damn song." And I was like, "I need you to stop." Because that is not me for sure. That shit comes from his father. I would never.
Yeah, because you don't like confrontation.
Well, especially when it's just me and Nolan and a bunch of drunk guys. No, we're not going there.
Has anyone ever told Nolan the term "writing checks your ass can't cash"?
No.
You know, I feel like my father has said that to him before because he likes to talk big.
Yeah,
he likes
most
to talk
boys
big.
do.
Yeah. Well, especially 13-year-old boys who are the size of 18-year-old boys who think that they're like, I love you, Nolan, I do, but think they're bigger than they are. Like, I know that your size is big, but you gotta have the brain power.
Here's the thing: it doesn't matter how tall a boy is.
Right.
At some point in their teenage years, they start puffing out their chest and thinking that they, are.
I'm currently
tough
there
guys.
with my kid.
I went through it with my son, and he was small until he got to be a little bit older after high school.
So that's one thing, motherhood, like, things I didn't know about motherhood, right? For sure. Like the emotional portion of it. So you go from like, you're their life.
Yes. Center of their universe.
Yeah. Like the center of their universe. I have video of Hudson running up to the door going, "Daddy, daddy, 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 daddy," at 2 when he comes home. And now he's like, "What up, bro?"
Yes.
We're
all
That's
bro.
And
so accurate.
yeah. And like, even like as, in the car, we used to play games like humming games, guess that tune, or and
now they're plugged into their phone with their AirPods.
Yeah, we
talking
sing
to you
Broadway
at all.
now. I was like, "Dude, look it's our favorite song," and he's like, "Yeah, whatever."
Mom.
And then he's like rapping to some bunny or whatever his name is. I don't even know.
So like having a girl is a little different than having a boy, because I still have those moments with her, but I would tell you 9 times out of 10, when I walk into a room, she looks like she smelled a nasty fart because her lip is curled up and she's like, like my breathing.
Like, why are you here?
Yeah.
Are you going to try to have a conversation with me?
Yeah.
And forget waking her up from a nap.
Oh, yeah. So I went into Hudson's room the other day, last night. This was last night. And I was like, "Hey, bro, make sure you just brush your teeth," because, he's got the braces on. So I'm just trying to remind him to be really good about brushing your teeth and keeping up on your things. And he's like, I know. I was like, "Oh." I was like, "All right, well, don't stay up too late. Have a good night. And I love you." "Yeah. All right. Bye."
So
I was like, dude.
So I get that a lot from Nolan too, but I do still get, and I lived in fear when I found out I was having a boy. There's going to come a time where he doesn't want to say I love you, and he doesn't want to give me hugs, and he doesn't want to say goodnight to me every night. And I truly believed that those things were going to happen because he was a boy, and I had seen other boys with their moms, and I was like, he's not gonna love me forever. Like, we've literally had meltdowns in the car where I'm like, you're gonna love me forever, right, Nolan? And he's like, yeah, Mom,
he's
of
like,
course.
chill out, Mom.
And I'm like, but you're gonna like hug me all the time? Like, you're still gonna want to hug me all the time? And he was like, what? I will hug you, maybe not in front of my friends.
Yeah.
But he does. We were at that concert. He walked up behind me and put his arms around my neck and gave me a hug and said, thank you for bringing me. And like,
yeah, but I think that's different also. And like, depending on where you are with your friends, like if I'm dropping Hudson off somewhere and he's like, he'll side hug me. He won't give me the full on hug. He will not side hug. He will not, like, he'll side hug me. Yeah. He'll side hug me, or he'll, you know, tap me on my shoulder and
bye,
I love you.
Well, you know, I can remember walking Jacob into kindergarten, and I always used to call him John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith, or Jacob Doodle. And I was walking with him and holding his hand, and I was saying like something about, bye, Jacob Doodle. He's like, Mom, you can't say that anymore. Yeah. And I was like, oh, this is the beginning of the end of that. All right. You know, it was so sad. What? This is such a funny question, I think.
Okay.
What is something that your kid has said or done in front of other people that has mortified you or made you laugh so hard, or just something that stands out?
Mine is
Ashley is looking over top of the microphone, like side-eyeing me.
Mine is when Hudson, I don't, we were having a conversation. And I can't honestly tell you who was around us. I know Carson was, but you know how kids hear everything, like, and they are legitimately parrots.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah,
they only hear things you don't want them to hear, though. Yeah, they don't hear you actually speaking to them.
And they're parents. I mean, and he was young. He was probably like, I don't know, maybe 5, 6. And he looked over at me and he goes, hey, we were in mid-conversation with someone. And he's like, hey, do you remember that time you called my dad an asshole? And I was like, which time? No, I was like, yes, thank you.
Wow.
And I was like, okay.
Wow.
I was
Kids
like, what do you say to
so
that?
Funny.
What do you say to
when
that?
they're little?
Yeah.
Riley, the only thing that he really says that cracks me up, and it's not anything. Now, he's also a parrot. Nolan was not that way. Like, I did not have to censor myself in front of Nolan. They were just grown-up words, and he didn't say them.
Right.
Riley repeats everything.
Yeah.
So you're like, what the fuck? And he's like, ha, what the fuck? And I'm like, hey, don't say that word. That's a bad word. Which one? Fuck? Yes. You.
Oh my God.
Stop. But Nolan, I think the most embarrassing thing Nolan's ever done was
dildo
at Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's my favorite one too.
I'm sure it is, guys. I'm sure.
So when Jacob was like 3, my dad lived in an apartment complex, and you know, like, if all apartment complexes mostly are the same, but you have the door to go into the hallway, right?
Yeah.
And to the right of that door was my dad's little patio.
Mm-hmm.
And he used to sit out there with Jacob. Well, I'm sitting out there with Jacob one day, and this lady walks up to go in the door, and Jacob says, nice butt. And I was like, what are you doing? My dad had been teaching him to say that.
Oh.
So every time Jacob saw a woman, he would go,
oh no,
nice butt.
How old is he?
He was like 3 when he started that.
I love it.
And then I've got a couple of them because I don't know why these stick out in my head, but I was teaching Jacob to swing on a swing.
Yeah.
But I missed one crucial part of that, and that was to hold on with his hands. No. So I pushed him on the swing, and he went flying off the swing. Abby embarrassed the hell out of me the other day at the grocery store, and I didn't think that I could be embarrassed by my teenagers. You know, farts don't embarrass me.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Stuff like that just doesn't do it. We're walking down the frozen food aisle, and Abby says, ooh, ice cream. And I was like, just let's wait on the ice cream, you know? And there was this girl, maybe same age as Abby, and her dad walking down the aisle, and the girl was pushing the cart towards me. And Abby says out loud to the girl, oh, Never mind my mom fat shaming me in the grocery store.
Oh my goodness.
Abigail. I was like, I turned the corner so fast. I had that cart up on 2 wheels. I was like, Abigail, why would you say that? And she's like, she says this all the time. She's like, shh, social anxiety is afraid of me. She will talk to anybody and say anything. She is not afraid at all.
And she's a comedian too. Like, I feel like she'll bring up some of those one-liners, like,
yes.
boop, boop.
Yeah, I don't know where she gets that from. She's
One of my
funny.
favorite things that little kids do is, they don't filter themselves. But as a parent, how do you handle these situations? Okay, so we were in Walmart. Riley was like 3.
Yeah.
And a man came in, walking through the aisles with a prosthetic leg. And Riley was like, Mom, look, he's a robot. And he screamed it, like screamed. And I just, you know me, guys, I can't handle it. I whipped around the turn so fast and was like running the other direction. And I was like, Riley, we don't say those things out loud. And he was like, but he was a robot.
Inside thoughts, Riley. The only way I handled that was I was just very specific and direct with my kids. When we saw someone who, maybe had an amputated limb or was in a wheelchair or whatever it might be, a disability, I would just explain it to them. Yeah. And so black and white that it was something that did not fascinate me.
So when we got in the car, that's what we did. But like, I was so embarrassed. And it wasn't like probably a little kid saying that this man looked like a robot was not the worst thing that has ever happened, right? Like, little kids think that's cool. Like, he wasn't
degrading
rude or degrading. No, he thought it was awesome that this man was part robot.
Yeah.
But when we got in the car, I had to have a conversation. Yeah. But in that moment, it was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do I do with you?
So, duct tape. I recommend duct tape.
One thing that I would say I wasn't prepared for right now as Hudson's aging is he really thinks every person is staring at me.
Oh.
In the grocery store, or no matter where we go.
And he's becoming protective of his mom.
God.
Like, what are you looking at?
Yes. And he'll say it out loud. And I'm like, bro, I'm gorgeous.
They can't help it.
They can't help it. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm like, dude, shut your mouth. I said, one day you're going to say the wrong thing to someone. They're going to deck you. I'm not going to do a damn thing about it.
Yeah, everybody's got to learn.
Everyone's got to learn.
There's always a bigger bear.
Yeah, and most of them are bigger than my kid. Like, I know my kid has
had a massive growth spurt recently.
He is very tall. But now he's drinking like muscle milk, and he's like, I'm trying to put on some weight.
Oh my God.
And I was like, you could actually like lift some weights or something like that.
That's something I was not prepared for. My son he does jujitsu.
Yeah.
He's having a cage match.
Sweet.
On pay-per-view.
Yes. What? Are we having a watch party?
Oh, I really want to. I have no idea what my reaction is going to be, because this is like,
your daughter kicks people in the head for a living.
Yeah, it's different.
It's controlled.
It's different. It's very controlled. It's very technical.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I'm like part terrified and
part really happy.
Super proud of him.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. It's something he really loves.
When is that?
It's November 22nd.
Sweet.
He's going to be one of the first fights, because he's, what do they call it? Lower card or whatever.
Not this coming Saturday. Yes, this coming Saturday.
This coming Saturday.
Yeah,
a week from today.
We need to have a watch
Renaissance.
Party.
It's crazy that he is doing that. He used to watch the pay-per-view fights with my husband when he would be here in the summertime and stuff. He's very built.
Yeah.
He works out all the time. He's very muscly.
Built. Right.
I'm like, surely he can kick whoever's butt, right? It's 10 minutes.
Mom pride.
Yes, but then another part of me is, I'm like, can I see my kid get punched, or am I going to like want to buy a ticket, find that person and punch them right in their teeth?
Right.
Yeah, that one. I go with that one.
I think that you will handle it better than you think you will.
I hope so.
I do. I think that, like, obviously there's going to be nerves.
Yeah.
And obviously watching him
I feel like you're gonna
fight
yell
is
at
going
the
to be
ref a
really
lot.
hard. I think that you're going to be yelling at the TV, and I feel like we all need to be there.
I'm going to need a
Again.
drink.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to need an alcoholic beverage.
So I think that I was not prepared for, as teenagers, the interests to change as much as they
Yeah.
are. Like,
Yeah.
Nolan has done Taekwondo for 7 years and has never had any interest in doing anything but.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've asked every year, are you sure you don't want to try football, soccer, baseball, whatever it might be? You don't want to try something different? Nope, I like Taekwondo. Okay.
But this year
8th
was
grade.
different.
Hey, I'm going to play football this year. Huh? What?
You're like, I already mentally
can't-
prepared
I
myself
don't-
for you not to.
I can barely watch you spar, but I will tell you, I love watching him play football.
That's awesome.
I really do. I think I have a lot less anxiety watching him play football than I do watching Taekwondo.
There's more to focus on.
Well, I think part of it is that there's a team, right? Like they
Yeah.
work together and they win or lose as a team.
Yeah.
In Taekwondo, it's so much pressure on them individually, and that's different.
Yeah, of course.
But now he also wants to wrestle, and I'm not sure that I can watch that either. I'm sure that I will, and I will love it. But he wants to wrestle next year.
Yeah, I'll show you my son's wrestling videos. Wrestling is what got him through high school.
Yeah.
He kept he's a super smart kid. He hated school because it bored him.
Mhm.
I think the only reason he made it through was, he kept his grades up just enough to continue to wrestle because he loved wrestling.
That was
Yeah.
Dwight. That was
Yeah.
my husband.
And my brothers wrestled. They were not allowed to play football. So, he had that in common with them too.
Yeah.
I think the bottom line is motherhood is a roller coaster. And
Yes.
you do not have to love every moment of motherhood. That would be delusional.
Yeah.
Motherhood is hard, but
It is.
we navigate it in our own way. Sometimes successfully, sometimes we're idiots. We're human, and it's our first time living.
Raising another human.
And raising another little human to
think
bring
that
him
it
up as a
helps-
big human.
It helps having a friend group of moms, right?
For sure.
So
Yes.
something happens, and I'm like, "Hey guys, this happened," and I feel like a failure. Like I feel like I failed him. Like what, and we can talk it out because we all have experience now being
Right.
mothers.
Yeah.
right.
When I had Nolan, I was the first person in the friend group to have a kid.
Yeah.
So the only person I had to go to was my mom. And I love my mom, and she did a great job raising me, but
Every kid is different.
and I had a boy. He's different than I ever was.
yeah.
But I think the age in which, the time period in which we're raising children is so different now.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is.
And I try to raise him when I think back to where, we were like, I recently was watching another podcast, or no, I think I was just scrolling through TikTok, and everyone was kind of talking about like in the childhood and this day and age of what the kids are doing. And like they actually had, back when we were growing up in the 80s, they had a commercial that would come on asking where your child is.
Yep.
It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your child is? Because most of us were still outside playing.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Unless the lights were on,
When the street lights
came
came on.
you go inside. But now, like where I feel like where we live, we have no freaking street lights. So how do you know to come inside? But it's just,
Well,
My kids didn't want to go outside.
I mean, but that's the thing too. That's where we're at in this age. They're like, no, I'm going to video game.
Yeah.
I mean, I had Mario Brothers growing up, and
Yeah, but you were not like, okay, I don't want to say you.
You can say me.
I was not allowed to sit on, well, we were poor. We had an Atari. Well, I wasn't allowed to sit on the video game or watch TV for an extended period
I
of
had
time. And I think that part of that is like family dynamics
Yes.
are different
Yeah.
these days. And so our kids
Yeah.
are more, I don't know, in tune with social media. They
Yeah.
are, TVs, iPads have been there. I don't want to say
Right.
babysitter. That will offend people.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, who has not shoved a tablet in front of their kid and be like, shut the fuck up for 5 minutes and let me do this shit.
Right.
I've done that before.
Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, I think for when I was doing that with Hudson, I had to remember time. Right.
Right. You have to limit yourself.
The biggest thing. Like I'm going to go and start a load of laundry, switch it from washer to dryer, put the dishes away. You watch Elmo.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
I think that
here's a snack.
Snacks always work.
and we didn't have that technology, obviously. I think that a lot of times I went and did other things because I didn't want to watch what my parents were watching on the TV. And we had one TV, not 12. I didn't have options to go to another room and watch a TV or get on my iPad and watch something different. Like,
right.
So
Or-
now
or
I feel
phone.
like, right, I spend a lot more time outside and doing things with my friends.
Mm-hmm.
Now, like, my neighborhood that I'm in right now doesn't have a lot of friends for Nolan to go hang out with
Hudson
outside.
is like the only kid in the neighborhood.
In our old neighborhood, there were 5-6 kids always hanging out in the cul-de-sac, and they got to live that life. So when we moved and that was gone, it was like, well,
Now
I guess
what?
I'm going to lay in my bed and watch my iPad now because...
That's essentially how it happened for us,
Yeah.
too. We
Yeah.
went from living in a cul-de-sac where my kids just ran across the street to the neighbors.
Yeah,
And
let's play.
now we live in the middle of nowhere. And
Yeah.
We have a street light, but it's in our yard, in our own driveway because it's so dark.
And stop playing with the chickens and come inside.
Anyways,
Yeah. Well, I one thing I will say too is the other thing that motherhood never prepared me for was lack of privacy.
Oh, yes.
Especially when they were like 2. They
Nothing
were
like
in the
having somebody
bathroom
watching you
with
poop.
you.
Yep.
Excuse me. That hasn't stopped.
Well, I'm going to say that has not stopped, and I've just added some dogs to that because now everyone's in the fucking bathroom with me.
My 13-year-old has no problem opening the door to the bathroom and being like, hey, Mom, I want to do blah, 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 blah. And I'm like,
can we
you
talk
see
about
me
this
right now? Give me 5 minutes, dude. Get out.
Kids be all up in your business, too. Who you talking to? Who you texting?
Yeah, and
What is that?
And they always
Where are you
need
going?
Always. Just listen out there, people who are expecting. They always need you as soon as you get on the phone with your friend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh, I have something I need to tell you right this second.
Yes. And you're like, really? For the first 4 hours of our morning, you ignored me.
Right.
Oh,
You
I am-
pretended I wasn't here.
We are tracked. Greg and I are tracked on Life 360 24/7 by Abby. She could be at school and he and I go to lunch and I'll get a text. What are you guys doing? Where are you going?
Yeah.
How about you mind your business and I don't know, pay attention to class?
I had to remember we went birthday shopping for Nolan, left him home to babysit Riley, and went shopping for Nolan's birthday. And I forgot to shut my location off. He's like, what are you doing at Donnie's? And I was like, we're not at Donnie's. Location off. And he was like, why'd you just turn your location off if you're not at Donnie's? And I was like, we weren't at Donnie's. We were stopped in front of Donnie's. There was traffic. He's like, okay, Mom.
Yeah, they start not believing your lies.
Yeah, so you want to ruin the surprise for yourself, kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other thing I would say motherhood did not prepare me for, I know this is like longer than we want to be on here, but the Santa Claus.
What?
The movie?
No.
I love that movie.
They're the best.
The discussion.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When I,
Hey, guys, we'll have to put a warning to not listen to this in front of your kids.
all right. When I told Abby about Santa Claus,
Yeah.
she looked at me and she goes, I know. And the Easter Bunny and, you know, the Tooth Fairy. And I was like, what?
So when I told Nolan, he said, because Nolan asked for about a year, he was,
What
are
age?
You 10, 11?
Yeah, I had to tell Abby before she went into middle school because I didn't want her to be embarrassed.
Yep, that's what I did.
I think he was definitely, if it was like 5th grade, I think it was around 5th grade, but he kept asking.
Yeah.
And I kept saying, do you really want to know the answer? Because he's like, are you Santa Claus? I'm like, do you really want to know the answer? He's like, so does that mean that you are? I was like, I didn't say that. You need to be prepared for whatever it is I might tell you. Do you honestly want to know? And he would be like, no, never
Yes,
mind.
there is
Never
a
mind.
fat man that invades our house every
Right.
Christmas.
But once I finally told him and explained it all, he was like, so I've known for about a year, but I was afraid things would change.
You're right. They're changing right now.
My favorite, this is like probably one of my favorite as he got older things, because I remember telling Carson that I wanted to tell him. And he's like, no, you can't do that. Like, he has to be ready. I was like, okay. So it was Easter.
You fucked up Christmas on Easter?
Now pause a minute, ma'am. I didn't. Yes, I did. So it was Easter, and he came out of his room and he was like, so can I ask you a question? And this was 5th grade. And I said, sure. What is it? And he was like, are you the Easter bunny? And I was like, yep.
That's awesome. Yep.
Yep, I am. And he was like, all right, cool. And then he walked away. I was like, wow, that was
easy enough.
That was great. He comes back out and he goes, so I was just thinking, if you're the Easter bunny, are you anything else? And I was like what? What do you want to know? No, it wasn't the Easter bunny. Pause that. Reverse. He came out and asked me, it was around Easter. He came out and asked me, was I the tooth fairy? Because dude had lost like 5 teeth.
Oh, yeah.
In a row.
Damn, Tooth Fairy gone broke.
And Tooth Fairy kept forgetting to leave money.
Yeah.
Because Tooth Fairy doesn't carry money. She uses her debit card.
Really hard.
Yes.
So he says, are you the Tooth Fairy? And I said, why do you ask that? And he's like, because I haven't gotten anything and it's been like 2 weeks. And I was like, yes, I am. I'm the Tooth Fairy. And he comes back out and he says, are you also the Easter bunny? I said, yes, I am. And then he goes back in and he comes back out and he says, so I'm thinking, are you anything else? I said, well, what do you want to know? And he's like, I just want to know, do you do it all? I was like, well, what's all? Like, cause I didn't, if he, still wanted to believe, but he was also going into 6th grade and I know kids are mean. So I was
middle schoolers
thinking,
are assholes.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, so I'm going to see what he says. So he says, like, are you a leprechaun? Like, I was like, yeah. So you're a Tooth Fairy, leprechaun, and the Easter bunny. Are you Santa? And I said, do you want to know? He goes, yes, just tell me the truth. And I said, yes, I'm Santa. And then he goes back and he goes, okay. And goes back in his room. Literally 5 minutes later comes out and he's like, I need the truth right now.
Oh, God.
And I was like, what? What? And he's like, are you Pixie?
Oh,
Pixie is our elf on the shelf.
Oh, no.
And he goes, are you Pixie?
I love that he was more heartbroken about the elf than Santa.
I know. I said, yeah, I'm fucking Pixie.
Wow.
And he's
thrown out there like that.
I mean, for Christ's sake, I just told you I was Santa. Who the fuck else would be Pixie? I mean, come on.
Maybe Santa's not real, but elves are. Damn it.
Wow, way to ruin the magic of childhood.
Well,
so we gave Nolan
wait.
Oh, no.
He immediately crocodile tears.
Oh.
And he was like, you've been lying to me my entire life.
So dramatic.
I remember this happening now.
I was like, oh, I'll still move him if you want me to.
The amount of things that you pretend to be as a parent.
Yeah, sane for one.
Well, yeah. There is no sanity. We could not get Nolan to take the training wheels off of his bike.
Oh, yeah.
So we went to Florida on a vacation. And I had asked Carson to please make them disappear while we were gone. So I left the bike outside.
I created a bike troll.
And there was a bike troll.
That's awesome.
That took his training wheels and left him
Goodies.
Candy and I think like little like party favor kind of trinkety things. And he said, sorry, but I broke your training wheels or something like that.
There was a whole rhyme to it.
And Nolan in one weekend learned how to swim and ride a bike at the same time. It was awful. I was a mess. But Santa, we gave him, thankfully, I think Riley helped because you could give him
the responsibility
of keeping the Christmas magic alive for his brother. So like he moves the elf and he gets to help pick out presents now. And that eased the...
Yeah. I just feel like motherhood is just a whirlwind of surprises, right?
It really is. All right, guys, we could talk forever on motherhood.
We could, obviously.
Honestly, we all have a lot of opinions on it. We all have so many stories, so we'll have to do this again.
Yeah.
find us on social media and do us a favor. Go to one of our sites. You can go to rss.com/the Ukeleles, or you can go to Facebook and review us. Tell us what you think, and or TikTok or Instagram or YouTube. And you can subscribe and hit the notification button. Let us know what you think, and you can email us at theukeleles@gmail.com. I'm not spelling it. Bye, guys.
Bye.